How to create assessments and questionnaires on Ekklo. Besides being able to create sports and nutrition programs on Ekklo, you can also create assessments and questionnaires to send to your clients. The idea with assessments and questionnaires is that you can have a global and complete view of all your clients' progress via the app without necessarily using WhatsApp or Instagram. And we're going to look at that together. So, to create assessments and questionnaires, we'll go to the tracking tab at the top left, and we can go to either the assessments or questionnaires tab. In practice, assessments and questionnaires follow the same principle. It's only the name that changes. We know some coaches like having an initial questionnaire, and others prefer weekly assessments, let's say, to get photo feedback and so on from their clients. So here we are in the assessments tab, and this is where, much like with habits, we can find all our assessments, each with its creation date, name, number of questions, and frequency. Whether it's monthly, bi-weekly, whatever it may be. Before we start creating our first assessments, you should know that on Ekklo, assessments can be sent weekly or monthly to your clients automatically to collect photos, measurements, body fat, and so on. So how do you do it? Just click on Create an Assessment at the top right, and the assessment template will open. It happens in 2 steps. The first step is to configure the settings. So right here, we will enter the title, for example, Weekly Assessment. You can also add a brief description, and then we have the frequency type. So if it is for an initial assessment, you will select once. Your client will only receive it a single time for an initial assessment. If it is a weekly assessment, you can easily set it to recurring. What does that mean? Your client can receive their assessment daily, weekly, on Saturday or Sunday, or if you prefer, every 2 weeks, every month, on the first of the month, whatever you choose. On my end, I am going to set this up for every single week on Sunday, so that every Sunday, the client will automatically receive their assessment directly in their mobile application. You can also choose whether you would like to set a specific end date and enable automated reminders. You will set a specific reminder hour and minutes, along with the custom message your client will receive on their phone. So, once the settings are done, we'll move on to the next step. There we go. And now, it's the questions part. To create your questions, you have 3 choices. You can create them manually, use your existing question library, or you can also pick from the Ekklo library with all the questions we have available. So we're going to create our first question, which will be, for example, front photo. Once the question has been named, we will then move to selecting the specific question type. You can choose from text, number, multiple choice, a linear scale, yes or no, image or video, a specific date, or even a star rating, basically whatever you want for your form. For this particular example, I will choose the image or video option, which means that your client will be able to upload either a photo or a video of themselves to be used for the front photos. But you can also add it to your question library for future assessments. Once that's done, we can click on Add this question and move on to the next one. So, for example, we could put measurements, body fat, or weight. Also, on Ekklo, there's the option to have metrics. Just click on question type and you'll see synchronized measurement at the bottom. So, we've created our assessment template, and once it's finished, we just click Finish Creating Assessment at the bottom left. And then, we can see at the bottom right that the assessment has been successfully completed and created. And we can see here that the weekly assessment for December 4th, 2025 was created with a one-time recurrence and 1 question. Now that the assessment is created, we're going to assign it to clients. So we'll go to the right and click on it. Just like with habits, we'll get a quick summary of the assessment template we created, including the option of whether or not we want a reminder message. And then we can go ahead and choose the specific clients. And we click Assign to 6 clients. And we'll see at the bottom right that the assessment has been assigned. How does it look on the client side? Well, in their mobile app, your clients will have tasks for today, sort of like missions, and they might have, for example, a month-end assessment to fill out. They can click on it, just like the questionnaire. For instance, they can also answer the questionnaire with all the questions asked through the app. Once your clients have answered their questionnaire or assessment with photos, measurements, and so on, you can go directly to the Clients tab, then to the Tracking tab, and you'll be able to see all their answers, including the body fat calculation, waist circumference, weight in kilograms, and photos. You can view every assessment for your clients. You also have the option for each assessment to see a progress chart by clicking Evolution on the right. And as you can see, we have a real tracking of body fat or weight, and so on. Everything is right there in the app. And finally, if you want to make before and after photo comparisons for Instagram or whatever, you can click Compare at the top right, and you'll be able to see the comparisons of photo A and photo B, along with a comparison table of answers over the weeks. Another really cool feature for your clients or even for social media is clicking this slider mode at the top right to really see the progress in the photos. And there you go, you can now create assessments and questionnaires for your clients on the Ekklo app and track their progress with body fat, photos, and measurements. And if you want to understand the app even better, you can check out the next video.